So welcome. My name's Brian Knight, and I live near Melbourne in Australia. And it's just about to turn 5 a.m. in the morning on a Wednesday for me. Welcome to this relaxed trading educational session. Hi, Darren. How are you? Just share this screen with you first. This is a welcome to this live Forex analysis session. Please note that any trades discussed in this group are to be classed purely as educational only. That's because we're a group of people helping each other. We're not financial advisors. There is a full risk disclosure and a little bit about us as live session traders. As I have been doing, fully sort of what do you call it, open about the trading. I will just show you, this is my trading platform. I'm down to 6 trades now. One of them's up to 526 pips there or something. Anyway, history was I was stop profited out of 2, AUD NZD with my eye patch on, and AUD Singapore. So the Aussie dollar turned a little bit on it. So the rate news came out for Aussie dollar yesterday, and they kept it on hold. And now the news reports are that they're going to keep it on hold for the next 6 weeks at least. So the next, next one is the next meeting is in 6 weeks. I actually haven't got the date, but must be in September, middle of September sometime. By all accounts, then. That's those 2 there. Back to those positions. I'm still liking the equity at the moment. Again, it's still 100% in. At the end of this week will be 6 weeks. 6 weeks of this strategy as such. So I'll just look at some of these. We might increase some of the stop profits on them, but we'll see. Anyway, let me stop sharing that, and we'll just go across onto TradingView, onto the charts. I think this is going to be, it looks like it's a bit of a non-event week, this one, or it's panning out that way at the moment. Well, not a non-event, just a bit like not getting involved in too much.
I've had some moves in the right direction today, which is good. On some
yeah,
these
yeah,
GBP pairs that have dropped. GCAD, GBP USD,
yeah.
GBP NZD have all dropped, which I'm mostly pleased about. Still in those, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the AUD CAD is just sitting. I think it's Tom's move the car. Yeah, it is. It's his move the car day. Move the vehicle for the street cleaner day. So, and yes, I know you're all waiting to know. Yes, I was on the stand yesterday in court, half a day. Question after question after. Oh my God. And then a fellow colleague, and then today there's 2 other colleagues. So mine was probably the longest. And then anyway, when you go first out of the gates, it's anyway, so there's another 2 of us to go, and then our barrister starts to cross-examine the 2 crooks. Anyway, that'll be nice. It'd be good to see them squirming away. So yeah, anyway, so that was that yesterday. So every day is pretty full on. After this session, I've got to fix a few things, and we train in the city. And then by the time I come back, it's dark back here again. Yeah, pretty full on. So it'll be the whole week. Anyway, see how we go. So AUD CAD, you can see we've now got a green triangle, bit of a push back up. This still a bit wicky, but where this would have come from yesterday's, rate decision where they kept it on hold. And I apologize, I was a bit too busy yesterday. I didn't notify you as soon as I found out about the rate decision in the chat. I should have done that. But anyway, there was a bit of action on. So AUD CAD, I'm still in. I'm 200 pips up on it. I have a stop profit in place. Everything's okay. AUD it's done a bit of a pullback up as well. It's well out of the rail. If you look at it, when the rail comes up, if it does, there we go. Hey, Darren, how far is that, mate? That is that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 days outside of the
Yeah,
rail. You
yeah.
know,
I've not seen this before where they've gone so far out like this. It's
like the JPYs. Oh,
the JP. Well, yeah, yeah. Just these last few weeks, I mean, this sort of glut of lots of pairs doing the same thing, just going way outside the rail.
mm. So
Um,
we are pretty relaxed about this, and we're just patiently waiting for the turnarounds. Yeah,
yeah,
that's where
that's my
we're at
view.
the moment. Yeah, and if we're not in a trade, it means we've not got any issues of pullbacks. But yeah, this is a situation where you don't really want to get into sell. It's so far out of the rail, price is uncomfortable. It may push further down, yet some of the indicators here are that it it may start pulling back up. And when it starts changing the trend bar or gives us a long, then we'll be able to know much better. Okay, 80, it is on the daily. So 80 JPY, a little pullback on that. Oh gosh, we're starting to get signs of a very uncomfortable sort of environment way outside as well. And we know that the Aussie dollar hasn't lowered its interest rates, but it has been getting weaker over time, particularly against the Swiss franc and the Japanese yen. So AUD NZD has done a pullback up, and you'll see it's not. Let's wait for the rail to come in. In Excel, it came back to, like as I said, I didn't lose anything. I only made 7 pips on it, but it doesn't matter. I didn't lose. That's, I think, one of the important factors for me now, anyway. It sort of came down, touched the rail, pushed back up. No triangles or anything, but this is sort of like looking like it's sort of going to go sideways a bit at the moment. So that's okay. So after that big run down, big run up, it's it dropped off, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to push further. And you can see where it did come down here, take out all of this over to the left. But again, I'm just patiently waiting. Nothing's changed here. It's still got a red trend bar on it. Rightio, AUD Singapore. Was that the one that? Yeah, AUD Singapore is the one that has stop profited me. That push up today over the last 24 hours of that rate cut has basically pushed me out of that trade at this point, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. I gained all that extra down there. Lovely. Very, very nice. AUD USD still in this. It has done that push up at the day, and that I'm still up 100, like 175 pips. I have relatively tight stop loss because when the rail comes in, you'll see it's right at the rail. We've had a couple of green triangles. It's a closer sort of pair this and potentially push up. The only issue, the US dollar is pretty weak. The Aussie dollar is pretty weak. So we could see some sideways movement for a while until one or the other does its thing. And yes, Tom, thanks for putting that Instagram little thing in about non-farm payroll at the end of last week and the unexpected. So, it's like what you say, Darren, if the market's expecting it, it doesn't sort of normally do much. But if it's different to what the market expected, it starts to go crazy. So, and I haven't been across the news that well. Has the stock exchange or the
Oh,
stock exchanges, are they
well, it was
starting?
when I sort of set off in the car this morning, and they were chatting about the what had what had happened with the Asian stock market sort of overnight our times. The Japanese stock market, which had dropped a record 12% the previous day, had gone up 10% today. So having dropped 12, it's then gone up 10. I mean, it's just massive volatility, really. So yeah, all those people would have perhaps bailed out when the market was dropping yesterday, and then it's just completely rebounded almost back to where it was again.
Well, the opportunists would go back in again. You see, that's the
Yeah.
thing.
So I don't know what's happened today. Actually, I've not looked since the US market opened.
Okay. No, it's okay.
Well, that's
Oh,
rebounded.
I'm just, I think when you've got this much volatility, maybe stuff's going to start hitting the fan. It's not sort of like it was down and back up. Like what was it? 20% came off Nvidia or something. Up its value. That's billions and billions of dollars. It's like that's big sellouts.
Yeah.
I think people are getting ready to. They don't know whether it's going to go further. They're getting ready to cash out.
I think you do get more volatility in sort of holiday seasons as well. I'm not saying that explains this, but I think aren't the moves sort of exaggerated because volumes are lower, so you get this. I
I
might
don't
be wrong.
know.
Maybe I've got that wrong, but
Yeah, it's gone a bit crazy. So yeah,
yeah,
US dollar and stuff. We'll just see. Anyway, CAD CHF, where am I? Oh, 356 pips still. It has pushed back up and it's well out of the rail. I do like there are so many that are well out of the rail, like just quite large amounts. Um, so we're obviously waiting for something. So that's all right. I have a stop profit sitting in there. KJ. This is a little pullback on KJ. I'll wait for the rails and they're coming up. How far out of the rails? It's like Darren. When's it gonna?
yeah.
When's it coming back?
Well, we've got a green triangle, so you never know.
We do never know. That's right. So CHF JPY. Well, that's interesting too with Swiss franc strength and the Japanese yen way up there. We don't have that sort of move yet, and when we do, it'll be great. We'll get into that by been talking about that for a couple of weeks. Euro AUD. The euro has shocked me last week and this week with how much it has pushed up. The euro has got quite strong. Yeah. So again, this just shows euros the euro is weakening off against that Aussie dollar because the Aussie dollar has got a bit of strength from being still holding their interest rates and squeezing our ghoulies. Euro CAD also 2 euros goes off there. We come close to the trend bar here. We have got a red triangle because it's outside of the rail, and we have a sell from the buy. I'm not sure of this one yet, but this is what I'd be waiting for. I mean, I didn't get into that, even though, oh, maybe I did. I don't know.
I think we
Trend
both did,
bar.
Brian. I think we both got stopped out, didn't we, on this
Yeah,
one?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, we did. We both got stopped out. That's right. Yep. But we've got to see what happens here. Once we get a red trend, we'll be back into that one, I think. And it might not be until next week. We'll see. Euro CHF, I'm still in the sell on this one. 192 pips up. I have a pretty tight stop loss on this now. It's again well out of the rail. We now have one green triangle, but that doesn't mean anything until we start to get the buyers take over. Euro GBP, this is the shock one. This is the one that I think it's going to break the high. We'll see, but the sell's going to be nice on this one. Going to be nice.
Well, the pound's on the slide at the minute.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's in Google.
Yeah. It has been up there though, the pound. It was just post-market sort of the comfortable period, or the honeymoon period, that's what they call it. And then the riots may have sort of just given that pound a little bit of a bit of a scare.
And they're continuing unabated as well.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, Christ, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Actually, some
are,
countries are now
are these the ones that are unhappy about the election result, or
no,
what?
it's all it's to do with migrants, immigration, but I think that's the hardcore. That's what it's about. But then I think a lot of people just jump on the bandwagon, and you know decide to have some
Okay.
fun. To be honest, it's awful. Just looting and absolute lawlessness.
God. Rightio. Well, obviously the euro has more strength than the British pound, and the British pound weaker, so that's what's going to push it up. But what I do note is it hasn't pushed up past the previous day's high. So just it's not at. It hasn't made a new high. I suppose that's what I'm trying to say. Euro JPY, all the JPYs did this little push up, but a feeble one. It's like it just hasn't just hasn't got the strength yet to start that return. Euro NZD, we got knocked out of that one, or I did anyway.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Pushed up. It might be just doing this up and down before it drops off and goes down. I can't see it continuing up a lot anyway. Well, I don't predict that's what it's going to do. So we'll see. Euro Singapore pushed up, back down again. It hasn't changed the trend bar. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. We haven't got all the criteria. It did go outside the rail. Yes, we got along, but the trend bar hasn't changed. So I'm not looking at this at this point in time. Euro USD up, and then it broke the high and then now it's pushing back down again. Just a little bit too. It's too unpredictable for me at this point to get into that one. Now let's look at these British pounds. Have they come off? Yes. Okay, so what are we going to do with this one? The GA.
Well, I'll be getting
Zero.
in it for the sell. You've got
Yeah,
can't
everything's
wait.
there, isn't it?
Aussie dollar interest rates on hold as expected. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think longer term this will sell.
Rightio. So I'm in the cell now. I won't put a stop loss on it until I should be able to. Let's see today. I should be able to do it on my phone when I go in. Just got to remember to do it. That's all. And I'll do it before. I'll sit down for a little bit before the court case starts at 10 o'clock, so I can 10 a.m. So I'll be able to sit out and then I'll try and remember to just put on some stop losses. Okay, GBP CAD. Okay. I am gonna, I don't know. This one we've got the trend bar change, all the rest of it pulled up. It's done that and then dropped down. It would have been nice if I had got them yesterday. I mean, this may pull back a little bit, but I think we're on the turn down. So I'm gonna go for GCAD. I'm gonna put a sell on that as well. All right. I mean, it may suck back a bit. We may have that. It just depends, and I'll put on a stop loss on that as well. GBP I'm still in that. GBP with 300 pips up on that one. It's well out of the rail as well, and we've got no sign of it coming lifted up at all. It is a much smaller daily candle though. So I'm just going to leave that because I'm in that one trade already. GBP there it is. Where's my stop? Profit 172. That's got to be more. $230, that'll do. Good. So just fix up some of those ones a little bit. GBP CHF. Okay, GBP JPY. I'm not going to necessarily put. I think that this potentially will push down further, but I'm not going to get into too many at this point. We'll see how we go. GBP NZD. Right now, the New Zealand dollar is really weak and British pound, so I'm going to stay out of this one as well. Yeah, I mean a fair few British pounds at this point, but
I
I
noticed
want
at the
to.
moment.
You're in it.
Yeah, as well as
Mm,
GCAD as well. Yeah.
well, I'm in GA. I just look at them. The British pound's got to drop off more than if it does. Oh, look, let's be a daring, crazy guy. Let's get into a sell. I'll do that.
I don't get any just because I've got in it. That's
No, I'm not doing that. I'm doing because I want to get in. I don't care whether you're in or not. I'm just sometimes my thought pattern is I have to actually talk about it before I actually can decide. I'm concerned, but if I'm already in a GA, like, what's the deal? Let's just see what happens. GBP Singapore still in, still sell. Where's my G Singapore? 530 pips up. GBP Singapore. Oh, tighten that stop loss up. God. I'll make it 450. right? At least if it pops back up again, I've got 450 pips of stop profit just sitting there waiting to pounce.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that's done well, that one, GBP Singapore. Good to get in. And GU, I'm not in it. The rail's probably pretty close. I'm not sort of going to decide to get into that at the moment. It could, oh no, it's not near the end. I'm going to stay out of this one at the moment. It's come back and taken that. It could push back on because it's the U and you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm in it.
GU. You are, yeah. That's right. I don't need to. I've got other ones there. So let's see what happens. NZD CAD. Oh, look at that. Push up, push down. Maybe that's just a pullback before it does go back up. But it doesn't look real great. So I'm going to stay out of that as well. NZD I'm amazed this last 24 hours it's done a little pullback up. So just waiting for that to turn and let's get into a potentially a buy on that one. But it may be a while, it just depends on what happens with New Zealand dollar. NJ, see all this, the J's all have one day of just push back up. And NU, remember this? I got chucked out. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to sit there with this one. If it does push up, so what? That's okay. Singapore, again, and Japanese yen, again, a little buy day that's coming up. And USD CAD. Oh, it didn't come out of the rail for you, did it?
Let's have a look. I think it might have done actually. I don't have a short yet, but
Don't you? I do.
I'm just waiting for the X48 to load.
I just don't like this pair.
Well, there was no body outside the
Yeah, I know. I know.
48,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I just don't. This pair is just, yeah. Anyway, USD CHF, it did a little pullback up, right? UJ, it also did a little pullback up again. Like the US dollar's been like, and United States dollar and Singapore, that also has been dropping. So gold's back down. I mean, it's just doing this jumping up and down situation at the moment. Oh, Tom's moved the vehicle and back inside. Yeah, that's gold. And then Bitcoin's, oh, okay. So the drop has been quarterized and it's come back up a little bit. There's just a fair bit of volatility going on at the moment.
yeah.
So it looks like I've only got three to put a stop loss on. GAG, CAD, GN. All right, I'll do them. Just got to do them this morning when I get in the thing. So oil, dropped off even further.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to do that, but there we go.
No, not based on what's happening in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, not Great if it's what happens. Coco's just doing its little jump around now. All right. So, Tom, where are you at with things?
I'm in 4 trades right now. I'm winning all of them. I'm up over
Yeah,
200 pips.
lovely.
Uh, I caught EuroCAD.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm up 20 pips on that one. I caught
Yeah, for the sell.
GDP AUD. I'm up 38 pips on that one. On GCAD, I'm up 128.
Yeah.
And on USD CAD, I'm up 4.9. Well,
Oh, yeah.
5.2 now.
You did USD CAD. Wow.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
That's a beauty. Look at that thing.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? Oh, that's good.
Yeah, well,
Lovely.
see, when you get the short there,
Yeah.
if you drop down to the 4 hour,
Yeah. You would have had that. Yeah, I can see.
yeah,
It's already got the
push, pull back, and you
yeah,
even
yeah,
get another short signal. So that's
yeah,
where I got it. Was on the break of that long candle broke the bottom of the long that it had created
yeah,
right to the
yeah,
left. Yep.
yeah. To that one there, and bang, it came down and got you in. Yeah. Lovely. Lovely.
Yeah, that
Mm.
that GDP cat is a sweet one.
Oh yeah. GBP CAD. Yeah, it's yeah. Oh yeah, down one. Oh no, down one pip. Yeah, at the moment, it's like can't believe. Oh no! Oh, break even. Oh, those three trades. It's just nearly break even on it. CAD, the GA and GN. I'm already up, buddy. 6 and 5 pips on each of them. That's good. Lovely. All right then. We'll just see what happens. Anyway, so we got
What's funny is I
GA.
set that GCAD one and went to bed.
Oh yeah, and it kicked you in.
Yeah. When I
Lovely.
woke up this morning, I was already up at like 80 pips.
Wow. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Isn't it a good feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lovely. Well done, Tom. It's good. It just shows, doesn't it, in this sort of relaxed environment or relaxed trading strategy, it's like you can work off the day, you can work up the 4 hour, you can grab bits there, you can, just do it once a day. I'm in court all week and I'm still able to potentially take a few trades and profit out other trades. I mean, it's like,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm holding
beautiful.
on to this GCAD for a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But
think it's gonna break all the way down to
I think it's
uh
going to go further as well. I mean, just
I
on
think it
that
can
what
break
Darren's saying.
that 1.73 thousand.
Okay, wow. Is that like close to 45,000 pips or
No, not yet.
no? Yeah, okay, right. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think Darren's insight for us is that the British pound he's got to focus on that and for us and for himself, and we're getting the insight that it's weakening off. It has been strong for a while. I mean, what we're noticing is the highs and the lows of each currency pair. Um, the US dollar's a bit on the nose. So the currencies against that are starting to fall off. Aussie dollar, what it does, it's like, no, they put the interest rate on hold. So it's been sliding for a while and it's all of a sudden, it's starting to pull back up again. It's
Yep.
like they just go ebbs and flows. That's all it is.
Yep.
Yes. Anyway, do you have any other, like we've gone through all the pairs. I mean, it doesn't take long to do it.
No, now I actually have let's see, I'm looking at a GDP USD. I'm looking at
mm,
getting into that one. I'm just waiting for the pullback to finish. GDP
yeah, we were looking at
NZD.
that. GBP, NZD. Yeah, I'm in that
I'm
now.
looking for a short on that.
Yeah.
And then Euro NZD, I'm looking for another short.
Hang on. Euro, NZD for sure. Yeah, I am too. But I just don't know what the euro's still got a bit of guts to it at the moment. So I got caught out on it because I got into that one. Well, I think both Darren and I did. We got into it because it started to change. It was going down. Then all of a sudden, boof, it shot back up again after that sort of non-farm payroll stuff. So, um, yeah, no, I need it to give me another trend bar change. But you reckon it'll pull back down? I do too. I think it'll come down, and just when will it do it is the other thing. It's just my question on it.
And then Euro GDP was the last one. And I'm just waiting for that to just change over because it's failing to break the previous high.
You reckon that'll? Oh, yeah, because it failed. Yeah, yeah, exactly what I said. Yeah, but it could push up high. It could break these highs.
Yeah, I just have my entry down there at the last tall green candle that formed.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, gotcha.
If it's going to come down, it's going to come back and eat that fair value gap.
Yeah. Well, that's a significant and a steep push up. And when you have something like that, you're going to have a nice fall. So, yeah, we just need to watch it. The only issue for me at the moment is that the British pound's gone on the weak side, and so the euro will potentially push further up.
Can you slide
And
that C box across?
the which?
The C
The C
box?
box. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Look at that. Hot
Yeah.
damn. It's on the high side of the 50 in the box. You got
Yeah,
your
I
long
know.
coming out of it.
Yeah, and bang up it goes. And that's 180 pips.
Yeah, I was asleep at the wheel on this one.
Tom, we all had times asleep at the wheel. Don't worry.
Yeah, I should have saw it though. Actually, I'm a
Yeah, I
little
know.
disappointed with myself.
We're getting to the point now that we're actually being disappointed at the ones we're missing, rather
Right.
than rather than excited about how much we're getting in the ones we're in. It's like, hang on a minute, where's our focus? Well, I think it should be on both. That's right. But these, the opportunity's gone, and so we have nothing to say about. We need to be able to move the others. I mean, both Darren and I. Well, sorry, I can't speak for Darren. I don't want to put words in his mouth. But these JPYs, like the amount, the amount of move they've done in the sell, every time I look at him, I go, "Oh, what was I thinking?"
Mm-hmm.
So even if it wasn't going to be a short-lived push down, I should have got into it. Anyway,
Let it be a lesson.
correct. Yeah, absolutely, Tom. That's what it is. That's what it is for me anyway. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else I need to cover. Riots in UK, US is Jerome Powell is resisting to put the rate down. When's I don't know. I don't know when the next opportunity they have of lowering the rates, particularly in the US.
Well, in the U.S., we can do an emergency quarter point emergency rate adjustment if they need to. They're not going to, but they can. It's going to happen in September.
Oh, you reckon it will? Okay, right.
Yeah. In fact, they're talking about rather than 0.5% in September, they're talking about 0.75 of a base point in September.
Whoa.
That will send the dollar tumbling, won't it? That happens.
Wow.
Unless it's already
Well,
priced.
it's definitely going to be a hard push against the inflation. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
and Trump
Oh,
gets
yeah.
sentenced on the 18th of September.
He gets what?
His court sentencing is coming up on September 18th. The Supreme Court refused to put it on hold until after the election. They denied it. That's what his argument was. I want this not to come up till after the election. And the Supreme Court said, no, they can go ahead. So September 18th, he gets charged.
Which one?
The 34 felony counts in New York.
Oh, right. The one in New York that, he went up because because he's a dodgy person. Okay.
Yeah, that's funny that you got to ask which one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, did they say that he doesn't have to answer to the 6th of, what was it? The riot one.
Oh, January 6th. Oh no, that's still big. That's still on hold.
That's still active.
Yeah, all of them except the documents case is active.
Oh, so the one,
the
judge
one
where he had all these top secret shit in his home, that's been chucked out, has it? Or they've not allowed that, or whatever?
Oh no, they threw it out of court because they didn't think that it was legally viable that they had a special prosecutor prosecuting them.
Right.
By the way, that's the judge that he put in who has never seen or sat over a federal court case. She has no domestic judge history. She was just put in because he liked her. And that's the judge that got the court case. And she stalled, and then just threw it out. Because,
because you can.
Rich white guy doesn't go to jail.
Yeah, what rubbish.
So I don't know. We'll see. He's either going to be sentenced in September and it's going to take effect immediately, which means he goes to jail because it's supposed to be 10 years for every felony count that he got. So that's 134 years. So what they're actually thinking is he's going to turn it over to J.D. Vance and take a plea deal saying, if I don't run in the election, I get to walk from these charges. And he's going to try and cut a deal. Which is what everybody's goal is, just to get him out.
But he's such a narcissistic individual. He won't want to do that.
I know he's not going to want to, but Scaramucci, the mooch, made a good point. He said he's looking to stay out of jail. So if he can stay out of jail and not be the president, he would rather do that than go to jail and lose the election.
And what? And surface back again in another 4 years?
Or just take a plea deal and just go away. Go live quietly somewhere where he can badmouth everybody as he pleases.
Surely he wouldn't come back again in 4 years. Surely the Republicans will finally say enough's enough. Let's move on. If he doesn't.
No, they're the most gutless people on the planet, man. They will kowtow to that dude till the day he dies. They are terrified of him. It's not so much of him; they're terrified of MAGA.
Yeah.
Because if they were willing to do this on January 6th, if their golden calf loses or gets sent to jail, all hell's going to break loose.
What did you call him? Golden calf.
The golden calf. They pray to him. He's Orange Jesus.
Orange, yeah. No, I was going to say, I don't know why you call him the golden calf. Because he's orange. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Well, they literally call him Orange Jesus.
Orange.
Yeah. I can't even make this weird shit
I have never ever heard that. Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah.
Orange Jesus. Fucking hell.
Unbelievable. I'm telling you, it's a religious cult.
Yeah.
They don't care what he could shit on their chest and they'd be like, give me more. They just don't care.
Yeah.
They are the weirdest bunch of people I've ever seen on this planet. Just
Yeah.
weirdos. His vice president humped a couch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just like, where do they find these guys? Just like RFK, you know, he just got caught putting a dead bear cub in the Central Park with a bicycle. I mean, it's like, how do you find these freaking guys?
Yeah.
Worm ate his brain.
I read that.
You know, he had a worm in his brain. I mean, it's just, come on, man. This is just a clown show at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, all politics is, I'm afraid, nowadays.
Yeah, that's why you guys are suffering with rioting in the streets. People are just sick of this shit.
Well, this I thought this was I couldn't believe what I heard today. This is from
they're right wingers though, aren't they, Darren?
Well, yeah, but we've got obviously got a bit of a left wing government in now, but this Reform UK party, which is the hard right party, you know, this is the anti-immigration party and all this sort of thing. One of the main people that came out, and I saw this in an interview, going an interview. Bear in mind, this is the hard right with the, you know, the law and order party and all this sort of thing. He said, instead of, this is directed at the current Prime Minister, instead of locking them up, these rioters, because some have already been jailed, instead of locking them up, you should get them in a room and talk to them and understand their concerns. And this is from, it's so disingenuous, because this is a hard right.
That's what's his name? He's
It's not Farage, it's another one. There's Farage.
Oh, it's not Farage. Oh, I thought it was Farage. Okay.
There's another one in the party who talks a lot. And I thought, you know, what absolute nonsense. You know, they're rioting, throwing bricks, trying to set fire to hotels, and he comes out with a comment, instead of jailing them, get them in a room and talk to them, understand their concerns. This is a hard right politician directing a comment towards a supposedly soft left politician, soft left prime minister. Just you know, they just sort of make it up as they go along, don't they? Anything to score points. It's just you know, there's no principles whatsoever. It's just you know, it's just all about trying to say the right thing at the right time, and you know, who cares? But
Darren, the people staying with us and that, and in our group, I you know, Mr. Bates versus the post office.
Yeah.
So over the last couple of nights, they finished it last night. We watched
really
it.
good.
I watched it a while ago,
yeah,
and they watched it, and like they're just like, and so we're feeling it because we're in the middle of a case, not against the post office, but in like a big deal. This is you know, 4 years down the track and just craziness, and it discusses you know, people with values and morals that respect other people, and you know, and it's just what they did. You probably don't know, Tom, but it was a series, or it was a number of like there's 4 lots and it's broken into 4 little parts.
Yeah.
But it's basically a movie in a way, really, or it's a documentary as such. It's absolutely real. You just get shocked at the numbers and what the government of England allowed the post office to do.
Yeah.
You know, because reputation is everything.
Successive governments have allowed them to get away with it.
Oh, that's the other thing they want to do is if Trump wins, he's going to get rid of the United States Postal Service, have everything go private, and outlaw mailing ballots.
Yeah.
So either you show up on the day you're supposed to vote or your vote don't count.
Yeah, sure. How does that work for older people and, people?
And they passed that law saying if you help somebody by giving them a ride if they're disabled, that's a felony. And if you provide food and water to people standing in line at a voting booth outside in the sun, where they cut the trees back to make sure it was good and sunny, if you give somebody food and water, that's a felony. Which means once you get a felony, you can no longer vote.
In which state?
I think there was 4 of them. So it was Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, and I think Louisiana. Oh, Florida was one. That's what it was. Florida was one. Yeah. They hate this country, man. There's no 2 ways about it. They hate this country. They want a white nationalist Christian nation. If you're not white, Christian, or nationalist, you're not in this country. And I'm like, yeah, good luck with that, because it works out really well for people who try and implement that shit.
Well, Tom, history shows us, like, what happened in the Second World War? It's like white, blue-eyed, blonde hair. We only want this. Like, what happened?
Right. I know. I talked to one person. I was like, what is it about Trump you like? Oh, he touched a holy scepter in the Holy Land. Therefore, he is Jesus Christ representative. And I was like, just absolutely mind fucked. What are you on, man? Come on. And we know Jesus Christ is real. That's why we use the Christian calendar. And I'm like, fourth grade.
Justify anything.
Fourth grade, we learned this stuff.
I think you're not a Trump fan.
Oh, I'm not a Trump fan? That is the most underrated statement in the history of underrated statements.
But these are people that they don't think for themselves.
That's what I said.
Obviously,
that's what I said.
They're robots. Like, they're just.
And it's funny because if you listen to them, it's every bumper sticker logic that you can imagine that they use.
Brain dead. Brain dead.
Kamala Harris doesn't know what color she is. And I'm like, well, that's interesting since you're voting for a guy that's orange. I mean, that's not even a real color. And you're going to say you don't know what color she is? Come on, man.
Tom, it's really good to be able to observe from a distance. Just the craziness.
Yeah, just lunacy.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, dear me. It's
You're Alistair.
Don't any of you watch the Olympics at all?
Oh yeah, no. I do.
Well, no. Your American friends won the 200-meter women's. They were first and third.
Tell me, I have it recorded. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, sorry.
200-meter women's what?
Now no need to watch.
Oh, sorry.
Women's what?
Anyway, the pairs
Alistair. Alistair, 200-meter women's what?
I'm not on video.
Hockey.
I'm not on video.
What women's what? What were they doing?
200. Hold on.
I'm not concerned. Was it in the pool? Was it on land?
It was
in
on
the sky?
It was the running.
Oh, thank you. Now, yeah. Well, it's athletics. Okay, now.
And Josh Kerr got silver. It wasn't good. Yeah.
You just
and the pairs are still doing what they do.
Correct. It doesn't change anything.
I'm waiting for some things to happen. Well, it has happened in a couple. The Euro's been a bit weird.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, stocks have come back a bit today. That was a crazy day yesterday. Nikki's come back. So all good and yeah. So I'm sorry I've not been on a lot recently, but there's been
Oh
football's
no,
been on,
Alistair,
and Olympics
we
have been
have
on,
been missing you deeply.
and I can't believe I thought you'd be finished. I was turning my computer off. I thought I'll just click the link. I thought, oh my gosh, they're still here. So Darren's done well. I've listened to most of the lives, and it's been good. I listened a bit
Yeah.
about your RoboCop you've got, looking after your trades. That sounds interesting. So yeah,
Oh, the Darren's got. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, he's got a RoboCop. Yeah, good. Hope it works.
Yeah, robot. Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, hey,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got. I think that it's like it's spreading across different things. If we like, you still trade yourself. You can still trade yourself, not a problem. But having other opportunities that maybe happen in the background that are profitable, then why not? Even if it doesn't return
yeah, it
like
sounds interesting.
100% on your account, if it's only 1 or 2%, well, it's at least 1 or 2%, isn't it?
That's loads of pairs.
well, all I did, I've just moved a bit from my main IC market account, set up another small account for the robots, and just see how they go. If
Mm.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm not,
Mm.
I'm reasonably confident that. Here's just a quick question for Tom, actually, just something to remembers this. Remember hanging chads? Remember that term?
What is it?
Hanging chads.
Hanging
I think he's
chads.
on mute.
No, Tom's there. He's not on mute.
Oh, are you asking me? No, I've
Yeah.
never heard that term before.
Oh,
What is that?
don't know whether I should leave you to sort of look that one up.
Come on,
It
don't
was
leave
a
us
previous election from quite a number of years ago, US election, Bush versus Al Gore.
Yeah.
When they couldn't,
Oh, hanging chads.
yeah,
Chads. CHADS. Chads.
yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Off the ballots.
yeah, it all hung on Florida, and they couldn't make their mind up who they had to have recounts, and
which was Bush's brother.
well, it was they were just talking about it. It was just something they were just replaying some old stuff about it on the radio, and I think Al Gore was about to concede, about to go on stage and concede, and he was hurriedly told to you don't want to do that, come back, we're having a recount, and then he was going to concede again, and then he was told not to do. I think eventually the Supreme Court finally,
yes,
it went on for weeks, I remember, didn't it?
Yeah, it was like a month. Yeah, so they went back and recalculated and all the little chads that were hanging down off the ballots when they hole punched, the little pieces of paper that they hole punched would be hanging down, and they were like, "Well, is that a true ballot puncture?"
Yeah, all different methods of voting across the state. In some districts, counties, it was pieces of paper that were all confusing, and then in others it was these machines they punched a hole in, it didn't work properly. It was just chaos.
So George Bush's brother Jeb was the governor in that state at the time, and Jeb said, "We're calling off all these recounts, we're going to send it up to the Supreme Court." The Supreme Court was already on the right-wing side of things and said, "Oh no, our last count was George Bush was winning, so that's who we're going to give it to." And they just stopped counting the ballots.
Yeah.
Again, American shit show in full glory.
Is that only in America?
Yeah.
Only in the orange country.
We've got riots like you can't believe over here just now. It's mental.
Yeah, that's what Darren was saying.
Terrible, awful, awful, awful. And I spent a couple of quick holidays in Morocco.
Don't talk about this.
No, I'm just saying.
You haven't been here. You've been everywhere else.
And they're the nicest oh, people are so nice,
Yeah.
amazing. Everybody says it. Lovely, and it's just
Well,
crazy.
some countries, including Australia, Brian, have issued travel warnings. People going to the UK.
Oh, really? No, I
How
haven't
embarrassing!
heard
How
that.
embarrassing is that?
No, well, they've told us to get out of Lebanon if anybody's there, or Beirut, get out.
No,
It-
UK.
To
it-
Lebanon.
Is
Darren,
this your guys' first warnings? Have you never had this before?
Not that I remember. I mean,
no. What it is they've basically extended the travel warning from Glasgow to the rest of the country.
all right. It's a permanent one in Glasgow, is it? All right. Right.
100%.
Hell, we had a global warning of sending out to travelers not to come to the United States because we had such a gun and violence epidemic. That's been happening for like the last 7 years.
Yeah. See, we're not used to things like that. We're not used to it.
No, the Americans
telling
have
you,
shot
man.
themselves.
US is
shot
number
yourself in the
one in
foot with
every
that one.
kind of shit show you can imagine.
Yeah.
Well,
We do terrible things the
we just have
best.
knives in the UK. We don't have guns. We have knives. So
Yeah, I just saw where those 2 kids died.
yeah, we've got a real knife problem in the UK. It's
That's
thankfully
because we haven't got guns.
Thankfully, you
That's
can't
probably
kill as many people quite as quick with knives as you can with guns. But
no.
it's a real problem.
Yeah.
Was this the conversation before I arrived? By the way, just
Yeah. No, talking about over here, from a knife perspective, because we've had a couple of those sorts of things too, and they were saying police need to have actual metal detectors that they carry around and change the law so they can actually scan people for metal. So then they'll come out with plastic knives, and the whole thing will just go off.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel sorry for our police because watching these riots, all they've got are just shields. That's all. These riot shields. They haven't got anything else.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, in other countries, they'd be getting the water cannon out and, wouldn't they? Tear gas a lot. This country, you can't do anything like that. It's just shields only. So they're just stood there getting absolutely pummeled by bricks and planks of wood and everything. And absolutely thankless.
It's not good, and it's silly actually. It's just unnecessary. It's just been stirmongerers and nasty people.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I've heard too, Alistair.
Jumping on the bandwagon and. In fact, I saw one where they were interviewing 1 or 2 people. I saw people on the fringes of this, asking them what they were actually doing there, what was the issue, and they sort of, I don't know, just thought I'd come down and so didn't really know what was going on.
I'll come down and join in just for the fun.
Just a bit of an evening out for them.
Yeah.
Have you got a brain? No.
No, but Elon Musk told us there's a civil war coming, so we thought we'd get stuck in.
Anyway, on a different topic, because this is more importantly, my friend who's a wine wholesaler, he phoned me earlier. He said, "You coming tomorrow?" And I went, "Well, yeah. We need you. Your country needs you." He said he's got a lot of samples from suppliers, and he's hosting a big wine sampling. So you're not drinking it. If you do, you'll kill yourself. You've got to sip and spit, and you've got to give them a grade of 1 to 20. I haven't got a clue. I'll just pick a number. And I said to him, I said to him earlier, okay. I said, how many? I don't want to name them online because it will crucify him. I said, I mean, how many wines are we talking about here? He said 60.
Oh, I would have imagined more than that.
That's enough for sipping away, isn't it?
But you're only going to sip and spit, so some may make its way
your
down.
palate's going to be wrecked. I mean, after
true, absolutely
20.
Yeah. Well, you got to wash it out in between with water, don't you?
Yeah, have a coffee or something. I don't
know. As if you get to taste it.
So now that's my day tomorrow, apart from taking a van to the service.
Oh gosh.
And looking at the euro and see what's happened to that. But yeah, there's some interesting turns. I'm just watching the daily now, like Darren. I'm watching the daily and then dropping down. I'm going down to lower time scales. hour
Yeah.
minutes and just from the dairy, and but it's interesting. But yeah, crazy time with what's going on.
Yeah.
Mental.
It's good that Grace is also, and you notice Grace is putting, she hasn't taken trades, but starting to sort of follow through, which is good, very good. So and been listening to the recordings. Anyway, I need to go. I've got to go feed some chooks, and then we've got to organise ourselves and get to the train this morning, back to the court, and continue the process. So it'll be through till the end of the week, I think. So anyway, thank you very much for your time, and great to see you, Alistair, again.
Yeah,
all right,
cheers. Good time tomorrow.
Take care, everyone.
Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yeah, I might catch on tomorrow. Actually, I've got a job to do, but I'll see what I can do.
Well,
nice
I
to
don't
see
know
everybody.
if you're under the weather and a little bit sort of inebriated. I don't know whether that's going to be.
Oh no,
we'll
I'm
see.
not. No, I've actually got a bar duty at the sailing club, and I'm going for training tomorrow on a bar duty. That's after wine sampling. That's not good, is it?
Good on you, mate.
What
Well
have you
done.
What have you been doing today?
I've just been trying to